If George Osbourne had looked out of his Treasury office window on Tuesday morning, he would have seen a bizarre sight of hundreds of protesters dressed as him gathering outside Parliament. Wearing George Osbourne masks and holding up traditional red budget briefcases, the protesters staged the look-alike stunt to further their Enough Food for Everyone If campaign, a day before the Chancellor is due to present his 2013 budget to Parliament on Wednesday. The movement is a coalition of 120 charities, working together for the first time since the Make Poverty History campaign 8 years ago. They're calling on Osborne to keep his promise to increase life-saving aid to the world's poorest countries, and to use a large proportion of that budget to fight hunger around the world. The protest movement also demands Osborne turn his tough rhetoric on tax avoidance into a reality by cracking down on tax-dodging corporations, especially big businesses who work in poor countries.
Well, this year the British government is chair of the G8, so the 8 most powerful nations in the world, and if together they create new global rules on tax and accountancy, that would benefit Britain, so it would stop companies like Starbucks avoiding tax, but it would also benefit the poorest countries in the world because they can use these new international rules to make sure that companies pay tax. So Britain is key to doing that this year with the G8.
Lawson said Osborne should not cave in to demands to reduce the international aid budget in the face of the threat of a third UK recession. He said there was enough money to fund poor children at home as well as in the developing world if tax avoidance was combated. Osborne is set to stick to his guns on austerity in this week's budget despite calls for a change of course. He now ranks as Britain's least popular Chancellor in almost 20 years.